Yeah, through the first few practices, guys are working. They're really working hard. They're really, trying to do exactly what we ask them to do. It's not pretty whatsoever, and we're a group that's young, and we just have to understand and learn how to fight through some things when we're uncomfortable. That's the biggest thing right now that we're working through, and we're still getting to know one another as well. A different personality, and they have different personalities than what I was around last year. But the one thing is we're open and willing to do that, and we're excited about it. So.
When it comes to Kendall's development, obviously you got a chance to watch film of him from a year ago. In the last couple of weeks, where do you feel like he's really grown the most, and what have you seen just out of his continued development?
He's done a really nice job of just really concentrating on his eyes. Because playing this position for sure, what you look at is everything, and when you're supposed to look at it. And he's done a really, really good job, and probably one of the best jobs in the room of making sure that he does that, whether it's keeping my eyes to the hip, receiver's hands, whatever that may be, and it's getting him in position even better to make some plays.
He's still sort of new here. You're new here again. Do you sense a little bit extra comfort from him, a little bit more?
I do, and that's what happens when you're around, especially this place for a year and playing and things like that. I think he's gotten settled in. He understands the expectations, and that's everything for sure. And that's what all the young guys and guys that are coming in have to understand.
Speaking of young guys that have come in, what have you seen out of a guy like Sevin Banks?
Very talented young man. It's just learning every single day just how to go and when to go and things like that. He's willing, without a doubt, and he's excited to be here. And now it's just a matter of just maturing. I mean, this is a tough place. It's a tough position. You have to be mature, and that's a daily process.
And a guy like Taver Johnson, I think he came in as a corner, but he's been doing some cross training with safety. Just kind of what's gone into that, or
no, he's been with us the whole time.
Right.
And the same thing. I mean, those guys should be in English class right now. You know what I mean? We kind of lose sight of that. But like we talked about, they decided to come. Mm-hmm. So when you decide to come here, hey, the expectations put on you right away. And I think they're getting a sense of that, getting into practice 10, going to 11.
Taver, did Kendall running that track, did that take anything away from the football side this spring or the off season, or how do you manage those things?
Not at all, because from what I understand, it was right towards the end of the winter workout and everything like that, and all the football stuff we were doing, he was still involved in all the lifting and all that stuff, so it didn't take away at all. If anything, you like that because he's competing. Anytime you compete, that helps you out.
Were you surprised at all to see some of those times he was posting?
Yeah, I mean, I heard he was fast, and then I actually went and watched him. A bunch of us went when the track meet was here. Yeah. And I thought someone was chasing him with a knife or something. He looked scared when he was running.
What's the one? I'm sorry.
You have some really talented defensive coaches, guys who either could be coordinators or have been. Mm-hmm. How has it been working with that group of people?
Unbelievable. I mean, you're talking Coach Schiano, a former NFL head coach, defensive coordinator, defensive back coach, Coach Grinch, defensive coordinator, defensive back coach. We really have 3 DB coaches. You look at it there. Coach Johnson, I mean, you talk about just experience and just a guy that's been around and personality, Coach Davis, defensive coordinator, NFL, and all NFL experience. I mean, I'm walking in, I'm like a freshman. When these guys are talking in meetings, I'm taking notes like I'm in class every day. So for me, I still consider myself a young coach, especially with the bald head I have, I mean, it's been a blessing. It really has.
But how do you avoid it being a case of too many cooks in the kitchen, out of curiosity?
Because no one has ego. There's no ego in everyone. There's conversation, there's debate, but as soon as we walk out the door, we on one accord, and we're all for the same thing. That's making sure our unit is strong and ready to go.
Kerry Combs rotated 3 cornerbacks, basically as starters the past couple of years. Do you foresee doing the same thing with the cornerback talent you have?
If we have 3 guys that can do that, yes, you would like to for sure, and I think we do. I know that's definitely helped us and benefited us, and that's something, especially at that position, which is big because all the running and things that go into playing that spot, and the nickel comes out of the cornerback room as well. So to answer your question, yes, I do. When? I'm not sure. We just have to make sure we get to that, and that's the case.
When people have been looking at that rotation, Taver, everyone clamors over the recruits and gets excited about their future, but it seems like Damon Arnett just gets overlooked in this mix. How is since you've got to know him and see him, how is he performing? Where does he still fit into this mix for you guys? I assume he's in that top.
Yeah, I tell you what, the one thing Damon has is game experience. He has game experience. You can't take that away. And he is a feisty competitor. You know, a lot of times out here, I have to calm him down to make sure he doesn't punch himself, you know, which you appreciate that because he cares so much. But you're right. I mean, he's a guy we're counting on big time.